today with everybody. Thanks for being on time again. I want to show you guys about the extra credit opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so if you guys got your Vocabulary Plus access code, it gives you access to some practice activities to help you build your vocabulary, which is kind of a part of improving your writing. So what I've done is I've made all of the activities not to be graded, but I've given them as an extra credit opportunity. So let me show you how to get started. If you've already have your code, you can create an account, and this is townsendpress.net. Okay, you can create an account and set up your account there. Then as you're creating your account, you need to search the college, Tarrant County College South Campus, and then you will find my name and click on my name, and that will get you into my class so I can see your grades in here. So if you're already registered, you click on the sign in. Okay, and yours will look kind of like this, maybe a little different. I have several classes, but you're going to find where it says Writing 2. And so far I have 2 students. I've got Kimberly and Gerardo in here. Okay, so you guys, I'm confirming that I can see your scores. So when you go to assignments, you'll see Improving Vocabulary Skills Plus. And let me switch to student view. So you'll see it like this, okay? When you click on this, it will show you all of the activities. Now, Kimberly told me that she already did all of these, I think, and it took maybe an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. Is that right, Kimberly?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so that was really quick. So that means that I need to add some more assignments in here. So I'm going to add a few more in here to kind of keep you busy throughout the semester. My goal is for you to do maybe 1 or 2 activities per week, okay? You don't need to spend a lot of time in here because remember, the main part of your class is going to be in the other book and also in my writing lab, okay? That's the most important. So this is just optional extra work. So what you would do is you would click on one of the assignments and you can click here. It will tell you how to say the word and you kind of go through and answer some questions. So when you get to the test, I think it's about 10 questions or so. Yeah, so you do the test, and then what I'm going to do on April 1st, that's when everything will be due if you want the extra credit, okay? April 1st, so write that due date down. On April 1st, I will go in and check your online test scores, and I'm going to average all of them together. And if the average is 70 or higher, I will give you 10 extra points on your lowest lab assignment grade. Okay? Any questions about that?
Miss Hana, how can I get access to that?
Okay, there is a little card. It's called Vocabulary Plus. Yeah, Kimberly, can you tell her how you got yours?
I got this card when I purchased my book at the TCC bookstore South Campus. So I purchased the this book, The Writer's World, and then I purchased also the student access code, and they gave me also this. So they are 3, including the My Writer's World book.
Oh.
So all you have to do is to register. You gotta type the www.townsendpress.net and then go to the registration. You have to register as a student, and then you have to um, type the code that's in here, and then that's it.
Where can I get this card now? Because I didn't get it with mine. It's a book separate, and that can I
Okay.
purchase it online?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you
You
can
can buy
purchase
an
it
access code
online.
online. You can go to townsendpress.net, I believe, and look for the product. It might be townsendpress.com. Let me see when I Townsend Press. Okay. Let me show you my screen really quickly, Tatiana. So, okay, I went to townsendpress.com and I want to search our materials. So I type in, yeah, vocabulary plus online. No, it doesn't have it. I thought maybe this would be a way to get it. Maybe some sample items. It might let you try it for a couple of weeks. Where is it? Yeah, okay, so what I did was townsendpress.net, and then I clicked on try it out, try some sample items, and then you can click on this right here. It's under vocabulary, and what they might let you do is try it, but to purchase it, let me see, maybe sign up today. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
You just kind of have to play around with it. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly how to get that code, but why
Okay,
don't you
thank you.
play with it?
Right.
Yeah, try it, and then if you just
Mm-hmm.
get stuck, send me an email, and I can ask the bookstore manager how to do
Okay.
that. Okay, guys, good job there. So there's a lot of components to this class. I do not want you to feel overwhelmed with so many things going on and so many assignments. So I'm trying to keep it simple for you, but also give you lots of resources to help your writing. So at any point, if you feel like it's too much work or you're having trouble organizing it, send me an email and I can work with you to try to make it simple, okay? So what we need to do next is check our homework. Check our homework. So we've got a lot of homework here, so I'm going to try to get through this, but you can ask questions as we're going along, okay? So practice 4, page 254. Okay, and let's review just as a class here. A semicolon. How do we use a semicolon? Gerardo, are you there? Haven't heard from you yet.
Yes, teacher, I'm sorry, I'm very quiet now. I'm here.
Okay, good. Gerardo, how do we use a semicolon? Can you tell us?
Yes, we can use a semicolon after in between. We can use a semicolon in a compound sentence. So if we use a semicolon, we have to have in the compound sentence uh, two clauses. I don't know how to
Yeah,
say
independent clauses,
it.
or you can say subject verb pairs.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. So you've got to have two independent sides or clauses. And then in the middle you can put a semicolon. And there's two structures for using a semicolon. In one way, we can use a transition, and the transition can show relationship between the ideas, like if we use however or for example. Or there's another way to use a semicolon where you do not have a transition. And what can you remember about that, Tatiana, can you help me? If we just have a semicolon but we don't have a transition, what do we
It's
need to remember?
connecting. Yeah, it's connecting to related ideas.
Good. The
It's
ideas have
putting
to
like
be,
two related ideas, yeah,
yeah,
in one compound sentence.
It has a similar
good,
ideas as first in independent clause.
good, Kimberly. So the ideas have to be very similar. So the second clause has to be explaining the first one in more detail, or restating it in another way. Basically, restating it, re-saying what you already said. It's very important to keep that in mind, okay? All right, so I've got the answers up here for 1 through 5. Number 1, the semicolon comes after trends. Number 2, the semicolon comes after popular. Number 3, it comes after diet. Number 4, it comes after options. And number 5, it comes after appealing. Okay, any questions on those 5? Did anybody miss those? Now is a good time to ask questions because you remember you have a quiz that you're going to do between now and Friday. So is everybody good on those? Okay, let's go on then. Number 6. So we're on page 255 at the top. Number 6, semicolon after coffee. Number 7, semicolon after foods. And number 8, semicolon after time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let's do practice 5, number 1 together. I asked you guys to just do number 1, and I want to see that you can write or finish this sentence correctly. So can you tell, I want you guys to tell me your answers one by one. So Kimberly, can we start with you? What did you put for number 1?
Trends.
So it says youths rebel in many ways.
Oh, the practice slide.
Yeah, we're on practice 5.
I haven't put any answer yet. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay. It's just a extra, like I said, extra practice. Tatiana, what did you put for number 1?
Youths rebel in many ways. They can fight really hard. Semicolon. The
Yeah.
ways. And they can fight really hard defending their opinion. Or I can do it's another. Youths rebel in many ways. Semicolon. They can change clothing or hairstyle.
Yeah. They can get body piercing and crazy haircuts and colors. Yeah. Those are all
Yeah.
good examples.
Yeah.
What I like is
All
that
two.
you too, like TOO.
Yeah, all two is fine because I'm not sure about first one.
Oh, both of them are good. Yes. What I like about what you did was you kept the same topic, and you use the same subject even. Youths is they, so you're keeping the same, you're talking about the same people, and you gave more specific information about how they can rebel. So that's good. I like that one. Gerardo, what about you? What did you put after the semicolon?
Yes, it's a use reveal in many ways, semicolon. They sometimes make some decisions may regret later.
Can I answer now, teacher?
Okay, hold on, Kimberly. Let me write this here. Yes, Gerardo, this is good. You've got the same topic, you're just explaining it in another way or with more detail. They sometimes make some decisions that they may regret later. And I like that you said make decisions and you did not use take decisions. So very good, Gerardo. I'm proud of you. Um, okay, good. Kimberly, what's yours?
I said, I put youth rebels in many ways, semicolon, due to lack of attention from their parents.
Okay, so let's look at this one. This is a really good try. It's got a mistake in here, but I'm glad you made this mistake because now we can talk about it and everybody can learn. So, does anybody see something that might be wrong with this one? There's a problem with the sentence structure.
Due to the lack.
Yes, it's not related with the first one, I think so.
Well, it's telling why. It's just telling why they rebel. So it's still on the same topic, I think, but there's a problem with the sentence structure.
It's supposed to be then comma in front of it, not semicolons.
Actually, we wouldn't need a comma at all in this. There shouldn't be any punctuation. But why do you say that, Tatiana? Why can't we use a semicolon here?
Or we can say,
Okay.
like, they seek, like you can say, youth rebels in many ways, semicolon, they seek attention from their parents.
It doesn't have a verb and it's not complete idea. It doesn't have verb and subject. This part.
Okay, there you go. Good. So, due to is a special type of phrase that only can have a noun or noun phrase after it. It cannot have a subject and verb. So we cannot say, due to there was traffic on the road, I was late to work. Like we cannot use due to because in that sentence I said, I use a subject verb. Due to there was traffic. So we can't say even due to they seek attention. We cannot use subject and verb after due to. So that creates a problem because an independent clause must have a subject and verb pair and it has to be complete on its own. So Kimberly, I think you made a good adjustment here. You created an independent clause. They seek attention from their parents. That's good. It's got a subject and verb, and it's a complete thought. Okay, great job. So I'm glad you made that mistake. It was really good. Okay, any questions?
No.
All right, let's go over to practice 6. We're going to do practice 6 and 7. Okay, I'm going to erase that screen so I can start with a new one. So practice 6. Tatiana, what did you put for number 1 on practice 6?
After hence, semicolons, consequently, comma.
Okay, good. So after hence we have a semicolon because that's the end of our first independent clause. And then after consequently we put a comma. Okay, good. And Kimberly, what did you put for number 2?
I put hair dyes can be toxic. It contains a high toxic chemicals.
Are you on page 256?
Oh no, I'm still on the page.
We only did number 1 on practice 5. We're on page
One.
256, and we're doing practice 6, number 2.
Mhm. Okay.
You want some help?
Yes.
Okay,
Um,
after profession, if we look on the right side of the sentence, so after profession, we've got sailors commonly had anchors tattooed on their biceps. That is a complete thought. That's a complete clause, independent clause. So therefore, we can use a semicolon in this sentence. So we want to put a semicolon after profession and then a
mhm.
comma after instance.
For instance.
Yeah, and I put it up here on the screen in case you need to see that. It's very important when you're deciding where to put semicolons and if you need semicolon or period, you have to make sure you've got an independent clause on the right side, okay? Otherwise, you're not putting it in the, you're not using it correctly, okay? So I always encourage you to check for your subjects and verbs and look to see if it's a complete thought, okay? Number 3, we put a semicolon after tattoos and a comma after, for example. And then, Gerardo, can you do number 4 for us?
Yes, teacher. Uh, since the 1990s, tattoos have surged in popularity. Semicolon, in fact, comma, ordinary citizens of all age and from all economic classes get them.
Okay, all ages. Good. So after popularity, we need a semicolon, and after in fact, we would put a comma. Okay, and number 5, put a semicolon after fad. A fad is something that is popular or trendy at the moment. Okay, so after fad and then after meanwhile, we need a comma. Okay, and number 6, after shoulder, you need to put a semicolon, and after eventually, you put a comma. I'll put it right. Okay. And number 7, after tattoos, you put a
Semicolon.
semicolon. And
Hence,
after
comma.
hence, you put a comma. Yeah, what does hence mean? That's kind of a weird word. Anybody know what hence means?
Instead,
It means therefore or as
Therefore.
a result.
uh-huh. That's
If you
what
look up on your blue chart, you can see hence is right there on top of therefore. So that means it has the same meaning. Okay, so number 8, decorations, and then a semicolon, comma after contrary. Number 9, tattoos, and then a semicolon, and then similarly, comma. And number 10, tattoos, semicolon, nevertheless, comma. Okay, so any questions on practice 6?
No, teacher.
Okay. Practice 7 is a little bit trickier because they want you to find where to put a semicolon in transition, and you have to choose the correct semicolon, the correct transition, okay? It also asks you to choose an expression and try to use a different expression in each sentence. So this one is focused on the meaning. So we're looking at the meaning here. So number one, after new, we're going to put a semicolon and then in fact, comma. Is that what you guys got?
Yes.
And then do not capitalize the I in it.
Can you repeat, teacher, the number one?
Yeah, number one, it says youth rebellion is not new, semicolon,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, comma, and then make sure in is not capitalized. So I can write it up here on the screen. So that's what it looks like if you look up at the screen.
Can we use does or no?
Does,
No.
like where? Oh, thus. I thought you said does, like DOES. No, because this is not a result. So with result, that means first something happens and that causes something else to happen. So what we're not, this is not related to first and then second. This is actually telling you more information or telling you maybe like almost like why or how it happens. So it's not new. Or I could also say, in other words, in each era, teenagers have rebelled. So look at your blue chart on page 256. It has in fact as an alternative. I don't think it's really an alternative necessarily. It's more, in fact, is more like giving surprising information or more detailed information.
Okay.
So let's say I say something like, here's an example. I'll just put it up on the screen with in fact. Okay, and again, you guys know my husband is from Côte d'Ivoire, so it's on my mind right now. But Côte d'Ivoire is a small country in Africa, okay? It's about the size of Florida, okay? And so what I want to do is give information about that. And so I start with something a little bit general, like the African continent is home to hundreds of languages. And then I'm giving more specific information. I'm explaining it, or I'm giving it like a surprising, like to kind of say, hey, let me just show you what I'm talking about. So I say, in fact, just in Côte d'Ivoire alone, so only in just one country, 64 languages are spoken. So that would be like if you go to Florida and there are 64 different languages besides English. That would be crazy, right? All over the country, or all over the state. So what I'm using with in fact is I'm trying to show, hey, let me explain this to you in another way, or let me just show you in a more specific way what I'm talking about. So that's when we use in fact. So I'm not giving a result, but I'm just explaining it in more detail. And usually when you use in fact, it's going to be something like surprise on the right side of the sentence. It's kind of a way of showing, hey, I want you to be amazed by this. So I use in fact. Something that I don't think that you would already know. Okay, so let's go on to number 2. After ways, after variety of ways, you need a semicolon and then for example, comma, they. So variety of ways, semicolon, for example, comma, they. Did y'all get that?
Yes.
And I wish I had a camera I could show you in my book. I don't have an electronic copy of my book. I have asked and asked and asked my supervisor for it, but it's hard to do this at home to get electronic copies. So I don't know if it helps. Can y'all even see that? Can you guys see my answers?
Yes, teacher, a little bit.
This would be a lot faster if I could just show you on a screen. If we were in a classroom, I would just put it on the screen and then you could see it clearly.
Could you tell us the answers? Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like number 4, it's therefore.
Okay, so did we do number 3 is fashions, semicolon,
Yes.
therefore, comma.
Mm-hmm.
That's number 3. Fashions, semicolon, therefore.
Oh.
Number 4, it says, and coloring it blue, semicolon, thus, comma.
The,
So coloring it blue.
Ah, 4 is
semicolon,
thus, and
yeah,
3
thus.
is therefore. Ah, I did it.
Actually, you can switch those if you want. You can use thus in number 3 and therefore in number 4. That's okay.
Ah, okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
Because they belong to the same category on the blue chart. Okay, so either thus or therefore in 3 and 4. Number 5 is giving an example. So we want to say popularizes a style, semicolon, for instance, or you can say for example, and then a comma. So number 5, you need to use for instance or for example. And then number 7, you want to use a contrast word like
in contrast.
on the other hand or on the contrary after holes. Number 7, you need to use contrast. Did you guys get that for number 7?
Yeah, what about number 6? Number 6 is nevertheless.
Oh, did I skip that one?
yes.
Sorry, okay. So number 6 would be after pants, you can use nevertheless. Yeah. Number 7, you can use in contrast or on the other hand. I would not use in fact, though. Well, we'll see. Okay, nah, number 7, I would not use in fact, but I would use in contrast or on the contrary. And what did you guys put for number 8? After popular.
Of course.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. And any questions on that one?
No.
Okay, practice 8. Practice 8. I asked you guys to do number 1. Just number 1 to practice writing a little bit. So let's see what you got. Tatiana, what did you put for number 8?
Designer
Practice 8.
Designer clothing is expensive, semicolon. On the other hand, comma, it is always the best quality.
Hey, that's really good. Always the best quality. So what is this doing? This type of relationship that we have with this transition, what it's doing is it's contrasting.
It's alternative. Like on the other side or on the other hand. It's like comparing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually, you know what? I don't know why they put it as alternative in the blue box, because this is really a contrast. Like I could say, my mother enjoys being outside. On the other hand, I hate being outside. So that's contrasting the ideas. So your blue box is a little bit unclear, I think.
Okay.
And the reason I'm pointing this out, guys, is because your first big paragraph is going to be compare and contrast. So it's really important that you can catch the meaning of these words, okay? So when you use on the other hand, it means that you're showing differences or opposites. Okay, so keep that in mind. Gerardo, what did you put for number 1 after expensive?
Yes, teacher. I put however, some people are still buying this expensive clothing.
And you said still buying with ing?
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of verb is buying? Is that a conjugated verb?
Uh, hmm, no, I don't think. Yeah.
Okay, is it present progressive or what?
It's a present progressive. It's a gerund.
Good try. It's not present progressive. To be present progressive, we need to use the be verb with the ing.
Okay.
Are buying, is buying, am buying. Okay? These are verbs, conjugated
Oh,
verbs. Okay? So be careful with your verbs in your writing. I want you to double check and make sure it is completely conjugated. So you would have to say, some people are still buying this clothing.
oh,
But if this is something that's usually true, like it was true 10 years ago, it was true today, it's going to be true next year, I would use simple present. If you see in my example on the screen, I used some people still buy. So I'm using a simple present tense.
yes, teacher.
And what that means is it's a fact or it's something that doesn't change. Okay, good job. Kimberly, do you have an example for us?
Number 2.
Number 1.
Okay. Designer clothing is expensive. In fact, I spend $200 a week.
Wow, you're rich.
So
Just for
pathetic.
example. It's just an example.
Okay, well, I need to know you. I need to make sure you're my friend during Christmas time so you can buy me some clothes. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's a good, it's kind of a surprise, right? And you're explaining or giving more detail about the first clause. I spend $200 a week on this kind of clothing. Or you could say, I spend $200 on one pair of jeans, or one pair of Prada jeans, or whatever those brands are. Okay, good. So that's giving more explanation about the first clause. Okay, good job, guys.
Teacher, I have a
Any,
question in mind. I'm
yes,
sorry. For
go ahead.
example, in mind that you say, however, some people still buying this clothing. So
Still buy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, still buy this. I'm a little confused in this. So we cannot use this with THES.
THESE.
Mm-hmm.
No, because these, like with the ESE, is plural. And that
Okay.
means that the noun after it must be plural. And clothing is not plural. It's a non-count noun, so it's always singular.
Okay. Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, so just remember after these, you got to have a plural count noun, like these people, these shirts, something that's plural. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, okay, good question. All right, guys, we're going to take a break from sentences for the moment, and we're going to look at the big picture of paragraphs again. And I have an assignment for you guys starting this weekend and into next week. We're going to do a practice paragraph, okay? And you're going to just show me how you would create a paragraph. And so I want to start with the first steps, which are brainstorming, getting your ideas, and then starting with your topic sentence. So that's what we're going to look at today. Okay. Any questions before we go into go to another page of our book? Okay, then let's go to page 13. Chapter 2, page 13 of your book. Okay, I will put just a few notes up here of the most important thing that you need to remember. Okay, so look at the steps at the bottom of page 13. Look at those 5 steps. I want you to look at those and read through those for a moment, and then we're going to talk about them. So there's 5 steps at the bottom of page 13. Okay, so what is something that maybe is new for you that you haven't seen before of these 5 steps?
Write your first draft.
Okay, do you know what that means to write your first draft?
No. Ah, to like connect all ideas in one sentence, in one.
In one paragraph. So writing your first draft means you write a paragraph, but it's not completely finished because you don't know yet if you have mistakes in there. So, but you just write your paragraph from the beginning to the end, And the next step would be to revise or edit the paragraph. And we're going to look at that in chapter 3, more about revising and editing. So that's what that means when it says first draft. Okay, so I'm typing a couple of things up here on the screen. Okay, so in your book, under step 1, they say narrow your topic. Okay, narrow just means make it specific. But for you guys, your teacher usually gives you a narrowed topic already. Your teacher will give you a specific topic, and then you're just responsible for coming up with your own subtopics. Remember, we talked about those subtopics on Monday. So what you want to do after you have a topic is to begin writing some ideas on paper. So here's an example. If I have a topic, health, okay, it's not very specific yet. So it needs to be narrowed. I need to focus on something about health. And so usually your teacher will give you a narrowed topic. So your teacher might say, I want you guys to write about 3 ways to stay healthy during a pandemic. Or they might say, I want you to write about 4 ways to prevent cancer. You see, so these are both narrowed topics, but they're still in the category of health. Right? Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Yes,
so these
teacher.
are just, yeah, and these are topics. These are not, we have not started writing our paragraph yet, right? This is not a topic sentence. This is just getting the ideas first. So what's another narrow topic that you guys could think about related to health?
Try different relaxation techniques like yoga.
Okay, so maybe the topic could be different ways to relax to improve your health. That's good. Great idea. Okay, anybody else have an idea?
2 ways to prevent heart attack.
Yeah, that's good.
Or how to handle heart attack. I don't know how to say it correctly. Like after you have heart attack, how you're supposed to act, or people who's around.
Okay, good. How to detect or assist a person who's having a heart attack.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. So you can see we can go into different directions. We could even do something like the 3 most healthy, or the 3 healthiest foods in the American diet. Or, I mean, we could talk about healthy food, unhealthy food. I have another example, compare and contrast 2 current diets. So the paleo diet and the, what's that
Keto
other one?
diet.
The keto.
Yeah,
Keto.
Yeah.
I call
Very
it keto.
famous now.
How do you pronounce it again? Keto. Keto.
Say keto. The keto diet and the paleo. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just look it up in Google. Paleo and keto. There's a lot of information about both of these. So you might use this for a compare and contrast topic, right? So you're looking at how the paleo and keto diets are similar and how they're different. That could be a topic for a paragraph. Okay, so once you have your topic and it's narrowed down and you know exactly what you're supposed to be writing about, the second step is to begin writing your subtopics, or what we can call doing your brainstorming. Okay, so remember on Monday we did the topic of oh, what was it? Now I forgot. Something about reason why people come to States. Remember that?
Crime?
Do you guys remember on Monday we looked at reasons why people come to the United States?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, remember that? And we talked about how to find 3 of the best subtopics.
Mhm.
And what did I say? Who can remember the key? What's important with our subtopics?
I think some of
Reason.
them say about studies, marriage.
Yeah,
Reasons.
right. And what did I say is important when you are choosing subtopics for your paragraph?
To be more specific.
Don't use a subtopic that are very similar.
Okay, both of you guys are correct. Your subtopics have to be more specific than your general topic, right? They have to be something that's detailed. And you have to make sure your subtopics are
Are
different from
different
other
from each other.
subtopics. Yeah. So if I'm writing a paragraph about common health problems, and I want to choose subtopics such as, I want to say, taking illegal drugs. I'm just typing this down, typing this so you guys can see it. Okay, let's just say I'm taking this topic of common health problems. Okay, so this is the one I picked. And then I'm trying to do the step of brainstorming. So I write down, oh, okay, problems. Yeah, illegal drugs, definitely a health problem. Addiction to maybe sugar or, and then bad eating habits, and then lack of exercise. And now I have 4 of these, but I need to pick the 3 best. Which ones do you think I could choose to be the 3 best?
Addiction. Lack of exercise.
Yeah,
Addiction,
about it.
lack of exercise.
Addiction,
What?
bad eating habits, lack of exercise.
Drugs.
Okay,
Addiction,
we
it's
got some different.
illegal drugs.
No bad
Okay,
eating habits because it's addiction. They are similar. Bad eating
okay.
habits and addiction.
Now that's interesting that you say that. What about taking illegal drugs? Is that part of
It,
addiction?
yes, it's part of
Yes.
addiction too.
Yes, it is
I
too.
think bad eating habits, it's not, part of addiction because there are different types of bad eating habits. It's not just you are craving or addicted in sugar. It could be, you like eating junk foods
Mm-hmm.
and fried foods. Those are bad
Well,
eating habits.
and this is interesting. This is the reason why I bring this up, because each person will have their own thoughts or ideas about subtopics, right? And you guys are showing me that example. But in reality, addiction can be, you're addicted to sitting on the couch and not exercising. You're addicted to eating bad food. You're addicted to taking drugs. All of that can actually include addiction. If you really look at the definition of addiction, it means a continual habit that's bad for you that you have difficulty stopping, right? So if we look at them, we can see that addiction is actually a more general idea, And then the drugs, the eating, and the lack of exercise are a little bit more specific. What do you guys think?
I agree now. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Okay,
sense.
so it takes some time to think about it because, again, it's not always easy to look at what is general and what is specific. Okay, this is a kind of skill that takes time to develop, but take your time when you're doing your brainstorming. And the first step is to come up with some very good subtopics. Okay, I had a student before in my writing classes that just would start writing and writing, and I could tell it's like they're writing a text or an email to me. Oh, I'm going to tell you about all of these things. Da, da, da. And I had to try to teach that student that when you're writing a formal paragraph, we have to be thoughtful about each step. And we want to make sure that we start out with some really good subtopics, okay? So, that being said, what we can do is we cross out addiction and we focus on these other three that are each very different from the other. So, eating is not the same as illegal drugs. They don't blend and mix, okay? Exercise is very different from drugs and eating. So now I have three subtopics that are clearly different, clearly different from the other subtopics. Okay? Are we thumbs up on that? Do you guys get that?
Yes.
Okay, let's do a group activity. I'm going to give you guys about 3 to 5 minutes, and you guys are going to brainstorm on some topics. And you're going to type up here on the screen what you think, okay? So I've got these general topic ideas. Jobs. We already did health. But you could, if you wanted to, you can add another one for health, because I focused on common health problems, and I have some good subtopics. If you want, you can choose another problem. But these are topics that are actually from your book. I'll show you in a few minutes where these are. So I'm getting you started with preparing for a paragraph, a practice paragraph. So together, I want you guys to do each of these together. So maybe you can work on jobs first. And how can you narrow your topic? So you want to narrow your topic first. And then you want to come up with some subtopics together. And you will probably run out of time, but that's okay. Just do whatever you can in 5 minutes. Okay, any questions?
No.
So you're going to do the narrowed topic, and then you're going to do subtopics. And some of you, this might be really easy, and others of you, this is going to be so challenging. It's kind of different personalities, so don't feel bad if this is challenging. Okay, so everybody turn your microphones on, and I'm going to turn mine off, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Jobs, I have some idea. Maybe we can make like 3 ways to get job. It's gonna be narrowed topic, and subtopics is like interview and get interview. What else? What else can we do?
You can look on online searching for jobs.
Right, online searching. How to pass in? Oh no. Oh, yeah, that is a good point. Searching. So ways
Yeah,
to get job.
searching.
Searching.
You can also But sometimes you can, look on a newspaper. Have you tried that, But yeah, it's a part of searching. So in general, searching like online and looking at the newspaper is a part of searching.
So what are we going to do? Subtopics.
How to
This
search
is
job. Three ways to get a job. Online searching.
Oh, what do you think? What is going to be better? How to search for job or the way to search for job? Or just searching? Or email searching? Oh,
Yeah, you can say 3 ways to get a job. By
first is
referral.
search. Yeah, first is searching. Then second can be like interview. Or before interview, what can we? Because interview can be number 3. Gerardo, do you have any idea?
Before you get interview, you have to submit first your application form.
Okay, so number 1, searching. Then submit an application.
Yeah, submit an application form or resume. How do you type that? How do you type on the screen, Sana?
You click on T, and you can type like next one. Yeah,
Okay.
submit an application.
Submit an application form or resume. Resume.
Submit an application, and I'll let you do third one. I don't know. Oh, probably it will not go. It will not let me. Try to tap. Click on T.
Yeah, I found it. Submit an application or resume.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
We don't know where is Gerardo. Gerardo, are you here?
I'm just,
What happened, Gerardo? Did you help them?
no, I'm here. I'm listening because I think they have the best ideas.
You just let the ladies run the show here, huh?
Sorry.
I think we talked too much. Sorry about that, Gerardo.
Well, everybody's got to step up, and you can even push the raise your hand button at the bottom of the screen if you want. Gerardo to say, hey, I'm here.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what you guys got. So your narrow topic for jobs is 3 ways to get a job. I like that. And then we have searching, submit an application or resume, and then pass the interview. Okay. So are each of these different from each other?
I think yes.
Yes, I think they are. Searching is not included in the interview. It's not really in an application either. So these are good. The only thing I would change is your narrow topic. I don't think these are ways. I think these are steps.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm about to say it.
Steps to getting a job.
Okay.
And we usually put gerunds after steps too, like steps to learning how to drive, steps to registering at TCC. So we put an ing there. But yeah, you guys are doing steps. If your topic is ways would be the means. Like one would be searching online, one would
Mhm.
be asking a friend,
Yeah.
one would be
By referral.
yeah, one might be going driving around and looking for help wanted signs. So that would be ways to get a job, maybe. So steps to getting a job. I think these are great. Now let's look at one other thing here. And this is more advanced writing, but if you guys can learn what I'm about to show you, it's really going to help you in the future when you have to write an essay, which if you guys know, an essay is 5 or like maybe 3, 4, 5 or more paragraphs, okay? So that's what you're going to be doing in your college classes. And to do that much brainstorming, it's really good to be able to do what my second key is here. So I'm going to make some room here. I need to clear some things out. And back up here under brainstorm, I'm going to write my second key. Have you guys heard of part of speech?
Yes.
Okay, what does that mean?
Part of speech. That's are the noun,
Okay,
pronoun,
good,
um, noun, pronoun, adjective, verb,
good.
conjunction,
Okay,
preposition,
yes, you've got them, Kimberly. Good job.
interjection.
So parts of speech are those words that take on a different form depending on which part you're doing. Like let's say the word construct. Construct is the verb form. I'm putting this at the top. Construction is the
Mhm.
noun form. Okay, so these are different parts of speech. Okay, one is the verb, the same root word. Okay, English has all of these types of words all over the place. Think of transport, transportation, health, healthy. These are different forms of the same word. So look at my point that I made here under brainstorm. It says make sure each subtopic is the same part of speech. So you want to keep it organized. Like if a subtopic is a noun phrase, then all of your subtopics should be noun phrases. You have to transform them. So let me show you, for example. Look what I did with the subtopics in my example. Illegal drugs, bad eating habits, lack of exercise. Which one of these parts of speech did I make all of these three?
Those are verb.
Okay,
Illegal.
illegal drugs doesn't have a verb in it. It's not a,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so good
oh, that's
try.
a noun.
Good try. Again. Anybody else have an idea?
Bad eating habits, lack of exercise.
They are nouns.
Good. They're noun phrases.
Ah,
They're noun
no.
phrases. So a phrase can be a couple of words together, but if it's a noun phrase, that means the main word is a noun. So drugs, habits, exercise. Those are all nouns. Okay? Is everybody with me?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Now, this is, again, this is a skill that takes time. You might not be very good at this at the beginning, so don't feel bad. It takes time to develop the vocabulary, the ability to change the form. But this is a goal that I want you to have for yourself to try to get to this place. And my screen is frozen, so I can't type anything. But if let me give you an example. What if I changed number 3 and I said don't exercise? So I
One
have
more time.
illegal drugs, bad eating habits, don't exercise. You see, don't exercise would be a verb. That's a simple present verb, like I don't exercise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's something we do not want. We do not want to have 2 of them are noun phrases and 1 of them is verb. So we don't want to do that. We want to try to keep them all the same type, the same part of speech. Okay, so that being said, let's go down to the bottom and look at your blue words, the blue letters.
Okay.
Do you think we
Like
could change
submit,
anything?
pass, searching. Because searching is different from submit and pass. Because pass has verb like pass the interview, verb, submit an application, verb, and searching is noun.
Yeah, searching just by itself, it could be a verb, but we would have to have like are searching, is searching. So it could also be an adjective, but we don't have a noun. So yeah,
Sorry.
searching is we cannot say searching is a verb because it's not complete. And notice that submit is a base form verb. Pass is a base form verb, which I really like. You guys did those 2 really well. So how can we change the first one to be a base form verb too?
Search for job.
Good.
Look for a job.
So why don't you change that? Can someone, whoever typed this, can you change searching to search for a job? My screen is still frozen, so I can't type anything. I don't know what happened. Kind of frustrating. Can you guys change it, or is it frozen?
No, I'm changing it
I
now.
did. I did.
Oh, okay. Then it's my screen that's frozen because I can't see anything. Oh my gosh.
How?
Now we have to search for a job and search for a job. On top of search for a job. We try hard.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna there we go. We can delete words. Oh, you put it like
Oh.
5 different times. Good. Okay. How about that? Does that look good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what are these? All of these subtopics are what? What
Are
type
verb.
of what,
Noun phrases.
they're verb phrases because the main part is a verb. Search, submit, pass. Those are all verbs. Okay, so we can call these verb phrases. All right, good job, guys. Am I going too fast, or do you understand what I'm talking about?
It's okay for me.
Okay, so remember this because your homework is going to be to look at the Blackboard, the discussion board subtopics, and then later you are going to make your own brainstorming about your topic, and then you're going to start writing. So I want you to try to put these things into practice. Okay, let's go back to your book. I've got a couple of things to show you. before we run out of time today. So page 14. Page 14. Page 14 gives you a review of paragraph structure, okay? And we talked about this earlier. The topic sentence is always the first sentence, or I want you to make it your first sentence, okay? And then it's going to give the main idea of the whole paragraph. So let's look at the whiteboard screen here. If I have jobs, and then it says steps to getting a job, and then I have 3 subtopics, how am I going to write a topic sentence from this? Does anybody have an idea?
Can you repeat the question, teacher?
How can I write a topic sentence with the brainstorming ideas that you guys put on the screen about jobs? Any ideas for a topic sentence?
Mm, yes, can be the best 3 ways to get a job.
Okay,
What?
and we need to have a subject and a verb, though, in order for it to be a topic sentence.
Three of the best ways to get a job.
Okay, so that's again, that is a topic, but it's not a topic sentence because we have to make it into with a subject and a verb. So try again. You guys are
Okay.
doing good, but we need to have a subject and a verb.
People can use 3 different ways to get a job.
Okay, they can use the ways. Now, are you saying ways? Because I thought we were talking about steps.
Oh, so people. What?
Steps.
Oh, people can follow 3 steps to get a job.
These are the 3 ways that these are the 3 steps that people can follow to get a job.
Okay, that's almost correct, but we don't want to start a paragraph with these because when you say these, that means you already mentioned what they are. Like
Okay.
if I brought 2 cinnamon rolls, I could say, "Hey guys, look at my cinnamon rolls. These are sweet and healthy." Okay? So if we use these, it means we already said something. So we want to start, what about there are?
They are.
There are. Okay, look at my
Oh, there
examples.
are 3 steps to get in. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I miss like I don't understand. Is it gonna be the topic or is the first sentence of the paragraph?
Okay, so a topic sentence is going to be the first sentence of a paragraph, and it is going
Okay.
to include, it has to include your main topic.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Now I
so
understand
look,
the difference.
yeah, look back at page 14. A topic sentence states the topic and introduces the idea that the writer will develop, okay? And because it's a sentence, it has to have a subject and verb. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
So step 1 was to make sure we know what our topic is. Step 2 was to brainstorm and get good subtopics. And step
Which
3
was
is to write our topic sentence. Okay? So we've got a good topic, steps to getting a job. Now we need to make sure a topic sentence has the keywords, steps. This is what we call the topic, okay? And then we're focusing on what we can call the controlling idea, which is the steps, or how many
Mm-hmm.
steps. 3 steps, okay? We still have a subject plus a verb in our sentences. People should follow, or we can use there are. Okay, so does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, teacher. It's just confusing and
Okay, which part is confusing?
about the, the about writing a topic sentence.
Like how to write it?
Yeah.
Okay, there's not one exact way that you have to write it. It's kind of depends on what your topic is and um, how you want to write it. So everybody, like, let's say we all have the same topic, steps to getting a job. Each person might have a different topic sentence because they use different words. Like maybe Gerardo says people should follow 3 easy steps to get a job, and maybe Tatiana says there are 3 steps to getting a job. Both of those are good topic sentences, but they're a little bit different. Okay. Your topic sentence, Kimberly, you said these are 3 steps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's look at that for a second. These are. I just think the word these is not a good word to use as the first sentence of a paragraph. So that's why I said don't do that one. But you can reword it. You can say it in another way using some different words. Okay, let me give you another example of a topic sentence. What about starting with getting a job requires 3 steps? What about that?
It's more that's more makes sense.
Yeah, it's good. This one's good too. So for your topic sentence, you can just choose any of these. You just pick one good topic sentence, and then you can start writing your paragraph with that. Okay? All right, so page 14, if you look in the gray box, you will see paragraph form. Does everybody see that gray box?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, if you look at that one, it tells you, it reminds you of how to format the paragraph on a page. So there's things to remember. Make your title in the center. A title is capitalized. Look at their title, underage drinking. You see, it's both words are capitalized. Okay, that goes in the middle of the page. And then we have the first line is indented. Indent. Indent means to leave a little blank space. And when you guys type your paragraphs, you're going to push tab on your keyboard. Do you see tab on the left side?
Yes.
Yes.
That is your indent button. So you just click that one time, and that will be the beginning of your paragraph. Okay?
Yes.
And then there's a margin around the edge, which means margin just means some blank space all around the edge. Okay. So let me show you in your book. You guys are going to do a little bit of work here over the weekend. If you look at page 16, 16 is going to help you identify good topic sentences. Like what are some examples of good topic sentences? So you guys are going to be looking at page 16 and 17.
Mhm.
And then look over at page 20 and 21. You remember we practiced looking at the topic, where we narrowed the topic. We're going to do some practice with that on page 20. That will be homework as well.
What page, teacher? 20?
Look at page 20. Do you see where it says the writer's desk? Write topic sentences. You see that?
Yes.
Mhm.
I want you to circle number 1 and circle number 5. Circle number 1 and 5. Circle stress and circle jobs.
Okay.
And this is going to be part of your homework. I want you to write a topic sentence and then write 3 subtopics. Okay? And what you're going to do next week is you're going to pick one of these and write a paragraph. But I'm going to help you get started by checking your topic sentence first. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
To write a topic sentence about job, even though we have the example already.
Yeah, I want you to write your own topic sentence. Now, you can choose one of the ones that I gave, but I would rather you choose your own. So let's say maybe you change your topic a little bit, and instead of saying ways to get a job, maybe you can have a topic of the 3 best jobs in the United States.
Okay.
Or maybe you
As long
can
as it's
say,
not a job.
yeah, as long as it's about jobs, you're gonna make your own narrowed topic.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm gonna
So
type it
what
up here.
teacher?
Yes.
We are going. Where are we going to type this at Blackboard?
Okay, so no, this is not in Blackboard. You can send me your ideas in an email, or
Okay.
you can show me on Monday in class. Some of you might need to take some extra time to do this. So if you want to wait and just show me on Monday in class, what your ideas were, that's okay too. But others of you might want to just be like, okay, I want to start now. I'm ready. So you can email me anytime between now and Monday and say, okay, page 20, topic number 1, here's what I wrote, here's my subtopics. And topic number 5, here's what I wrote. So you're going to have topic sentence for each one, and then I also have 3 subtopics. So it's not a paragraph yet. It's just
Okay.
the brainstorming part, the outlining, and the preparation. Okay? Any questions about that?
No. Thank you. I have a question. What do we need to do on page 16 and 17? Read it and do
Okay.
all this practice. Practice 1, practice 2.
Okay, I'm going to type it up here and show you. I want you to do practice 1 and practice 2. Practice 1 and 2. And let me type the pages. So practice 1 and 2 are both about topic sentences. I want you to look at some good examples of topic sentences.
Just remember that the topic sentence is not always the first sentence in the paragraph.
Yes, sometimes it's not, and there's one or two examples in practice 2 where it's not, but for your writing in my class, I want you to have it as the first sentence. Okay, so these are the 3 things you have in your book, or sorry, discussion board is in Blackboard. Give your opinions about those subtopics. You know, what would you change, or do you think they're good? And then do practice 1 and 2 on pages 16 to 18. And then page 20, just do some brainstorming for topic 1 and 5. So this week is just really focused on the pre-writing or the brainstorming step. And next week, we're actually going to make a paragraph and we'll organize it. And I think you guys will see your brainstorming will really help. Okay, I'm almost done, but not quite. I know this is a lot. But this is kind of supposed to be review from level 1. So if it's really, really difficult for you, send me an email. Because this is supposed to be kind of like you're supposed to already know a little bit about this. So I just want to let you know that. Concluding sentence.
It's kind of difficult a little.
Okay, so Kimberly, after class, I mean after everybody leaves, let me talk to you for a second, okay?
Okay.
Sentence quiz. Sentence quiz is due Friday at midnight as well. That's only 5 questions, and that's in Blackboard. So the only thing that I'm going to grade is number 5, the sentence quiz. That's the most important thing this week, okay? The other things is just preparation and practice and review. So focus on the sentence quiz, and then do the rest as you have time, if you have time, okay?
I think I submitted mine last night.
Okay, so hold on a second, Kimberly. We'll talk about your work, okay? Does anybody else, Gerardo or Tatiana, do you have questions before we go?
No, thank you so much.
Okay, guys, so have a great rest of your week and email me anything, you know, as you're working, any questions that come up, and I can help you through that, okay?
Yes, teacher. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Bye, Kimberly.
And Kimberly, let's talk for a moment.